everybody, I'm your host, Chelsea T. Now, after Wild Card Weekend, I'm left feeling a bit silly. The way I raved about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers, you would have thought they were sent down from the great man himself who goes by the name of Jesus. And thankfully, Jesus rose to the occasion on the third day, but unfortunately, these two teams did not. For starters, let's get into this Kansas City Chiefs game. How in the world do you blow a 21-3 lead? How, Alex Smith? And Kareem Hunt, I was like your chief of staff for the Rookie of the Year campaign, and you're telling me that on your postseason debut, you could only rush for 42 yards? Are you kidding me? The outcome of this game was supposed to go completely different, but I'll tell you one thing. This win for the Tennessee Titans certainly does have an asterisk next to it. When Kansas City's prime target, Travis Kelce, left the game in the second quarter with a concussion, we all knew it was going to be hard for Alex Smith and his offense to recover from that. And prior to leaving the game, Kelce caught all 4 of his targets for 66 yards. Imagine the numbers he would have put up if he did not get injured. But now the Titans will be facing the New England Patriots, and the outcome of that game is a no-brainer. And despite rumors of the Big Three breaking up, Tom Brady will be playing in his 35th career postgame, and he's hungry for his 6th Super Bowl ring. Moving to the next phase of my embarrassment last weekend, the Carolina Panthers. Now my question is, did Carolina look that bad, or did New Orleans look that good? Now Drew Brees looked really sharp. He completed 69% of his passes for 376 yards. Now we expected the running back duo, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, we expected them to have a complete big rushing game, but they didn't. But let me tell you what the Saints really did. They applied pressure on Cam Newton. They forced him to be a pocket quarterback. And the Saints defense also limited Greg Olsen to 8 receptions when he was targeted 12 times. He did have a touchdown. And let's not get into Jonathan Stewart and Christian McCaffrey. They certainly did not help Carolina Panthers' run game. But now, the New Orleans Saints will be facing the Minnesota Vikings. Drew Brees has been in the league for 17 years. Last time he won the Super Bowl was in 2010. And in this matchup, you're having a veteran quarterback against an inexperienced quarterback. Now, granted, Case Keenum did bring Minnesota Vikings to the 2nd seed in the NFC, which is phenomenal. But when it comes to the most fully rounded team with the experience, who's loaded and ready, I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. Case Keenum hasn't seen this stage before, and he may be backed up by his defense and run game, but the Saints are an overall complete team. And you better believe that Drew Brees is not going to allow a Case Keenum to embarrass him in the playoffs. I must also admit that the Atlanta Falcons did their thing against the Los Angeles Rams. That momentum will most certainly carry on when they visit Philadelphia and Lincoln Financial. And I am not going to regurgitate my point about Nick Foles not being enough to lead this team to the Super Bowl. I'm tired of saying it. At this point, you're just going to have to sit back and watch on Saturday. Before the doubt even lingers in your mind about which Ben Roethlisberger will show up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I will certainly tell you that his 5-interception performance will not be repeated as it did in the regular season against the Jaguars. Pittsburgh is not losing at home in Hines for starters, and it was cute to see Blake Bortles showcase his running skills against the Buffalo Bills, but at this rate, that won't be of any benefit against the Steelers. And yes, Jalen Ramsey is a threat in the Jags secondary, but the Steelers have too many offensive weapons, and Jalen surely can't cover all of them. Let me just vent and say that it is going to take more than a new quarterback coach to get Joe Flacco playoff worthy. And by the way his contract is set up, he can certainly transfer the savings to his checkings and the checkings to his savings with no problem. But what the problem really is that the Baltimore Ravens are stuck with Joe Flacco for at least one more season. You know what that means? More weeks of depression to come, more traffic in the junk food aisle of your nearest supermarket, and more doubt as to why the Ravens even signed into that long-term contract in the first place. It's been a minute since my team has seen the playoffs. It's been 3 years to be exact. And 365 times 3 is a certain amount of days that I don't know. Somebody can figure out that algorithm later, then get back to me. But the moral of the story is that we, the people, want a radical change within the Baltimore Ravens organization. We want to change at the offensive coordinator position. We want a new quarterback. We want new wide receivers. We want a younger secondary. That list is getting kind of long, but you get the point. We need a new, a young, a fresh team. And until that happens, I'll expect more cold, long days to come for the city of Baltimore. That's it for today, folks. Catch me next time as I get my predictions for a conference championship weekend. But stay tuned and remember that your day is never complete without a dose of tea with Chelsea T.